Hey everyone, it is the Honey Badger here, and it is the holiday season, so I'm actually visiting all of my family. So Badger's Picks is going to be fun, and hi, how are you? There's a dog. Oh yes, thank you. You want me to play with you, don't you? Yeah, anyways, it's Badger's Picks, the very informal, impromptu style. So, let's see who's free, and I will tell you 4 of them that I would play if I had a real computer to play League of Legends on. So, there is Cassiopeia being free, along with Karthus, Malphite, Nami, Nasus, and then we got Pantheon. Ooh, I like that one. Quinn. We also have Udyr, Urgot, and Zyra. So, if I was playing 4 of them and I wanted to pick from this bunch, I'm going to pick your dog, right? Alright, we'll pick the dog. So, we'll go with Nasus because of this guy. He is still incredibly strong, mostly just because it's the late game mentality of just farm the queue, get to late game, and become ridiculous. He'll always be strong in that aspect until they nerf that, really. Also, he does bring a little bit of utility to team fights, which is good if you're trying to catch those ADCs that are really kind of mechanical at getting around fights. Like, Vayne really relies on tumble and mobility in a fight, so if he can weather her, then it's GG. So he does still work out really well too, and in picks like that. So try him out if you're looking for some top lane that just scales into late game. Although late game's not as big as it used to be, so that's one thing to remember. Next, I'm actually gonna throw it over to Pantheon. I know you guys have been seeing me play Pantheon. Played a full game as Pantheon back when you could level 2 Dragon, but you can't do that anymore because they changed the attack on Dragon to a spell, not an auto. So he doesn't block it anymore. But Pantheon still has incredibly strong early ganks, which is one of the great reasons I like to play Pantheon. He just gets in and he does a lot. The other nice thing, too, is he can get the free tower dive in if they're retreating, because it's Pantheon. He'll block the tower shot, so he can get in and actually still deal that last hit he needs to without usually dying. So Pantheon's still incredibly strong because of this. I think he's really fun to play too, and the man drops are super fun. It makes the ganks very easy because nobody can see them coming, because it usually comes from outside of warding, so at least their vision. So you have to be careful about that, right, Dobby? Right. And then my next pick I'm going to throw over this week, I'm going to throw it over to Zyra. I know a lot of people know that I like Zyra a lot, and I do. It's because she's like the most underrated, what I call annihilation carry supports ever, because she will deal so much damage to the enemy team that they just completely forget that she's a damage source. All too often in those games, I'll be out warding and I might run into a mid laner. Like, maybe I'm overextending a little bit, but I run into an enemy mid laner who's like, oh yes, I found the support, I can kill her. I'll use everything and blow up an enemy's mid laner. It's you will deal as much damage as a mid lane. And because you actually have so much AoE damage, don't be surprised if when you're playing Zyra as support, if you deal more damage than everyone else on your team. It's a common occurrence. So if you really want to have a huge impact in the support lane, Zyra is totally where it's at. And then as for my final recommendation for this week, I'm actually going to throw it over to Cassiopeia. Now, Cassiopeia has seen a lot of changes. We've talked about this a little bit in patch notes and in a few other places actually. And Cassiopeia's numbers and changes actually now benefit her a lot more for stacking up and getting her extra damages and her cooldowns and everything for her poison. Right? So I think she's in a better spot because of it. I know they're still trying to figure out where her power is, and she still kind of is one of those late game, get the stacks, get the carry up, and do all that. So it's still kind of a late game thing, but because of the tweaks on her damage numbers a little bit, she at least can do a little bit more now in lane, it feels. Kind of like how she used to. So, because old Cass was fun, I liked it. I don't know why they changed it personally. It wasn't the most viable, but it still isn't the most viable. They didn't change it to make it more viable for like competitive play, I think. So I've seen it there like once or twice, but it doesn't work that way. So those are the 4 champions I would be playing this week if I didn't own all the champions, or if I had recommendations. There's other good picks in here too, obviously. I like the other support in here as well. The ADCs this week are a little bit not ADCs in certain ways, because they usually don't even play down in that lane really. So yeah, but those are the picks. Try any of them out. Obviously, you can't click my face to get to their videos, but if you go to my main channel page, at the top there's the YouTube search bar, and then down below the banner there's another search bar where you can search all videos just from that channel. So if you just search the name of a champion, you will get the video that you will most likely want. And we'll go with that, right, Dobbs? Alright, just stare at me. That's cool. So yeah, that is Badger's Picks. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope everybody has a lovely holiday with whoever they might be spending it with. And if you're not spending it with anyone, spend it with all of your favorite League characters. Because reasons. Other than that, though, hope you guys have a great day. And the next Badger's Picks will also be very similar format because I'm gone for a couple weeks. But other than that, there's content throughout the week, so don't worry about that. Stuff's still coming out. But I'll see all of you guys later.